Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Paperroll here. In today's video we are answering a question I get a lot on YouTube or elsewhere, which is the best ranger build for World vs World? Usually people ask that for simply roaming, nothing else, because rangers are not really favored in zergs and whatever, and they want a direct answer like which is the best build for everything, like it cannot be outplayed, which not real. Every class has its elite specializations, and every build would have its unique strength and weakness points. But for rangers happen to be, or for most classes happen to be, a stronger version that can be played for at least most things. And for ranger it happened to be, the answer I give it to everyone ask me, power SoulBeast with longbow greatsword. Whatever iteration you're gonna play, like whatever style, if you're using Sikkim, if you're going Boon Beast, if you're using one wolf back or Rampage as one, whatever skill you're gonna use, it is still the most efficient and the most value or win rate possible. And everyone know how dangerous they are, how powerful and aggressive they are. Everyone been sniped by them before, and there is too many power layers to why this is the fact. I will keep this video in general, not really go extremely in details. That's why I'm gonna not talk about every skill, or we're gonna be here for days. And also there will be a patch soon that might change everything. I want this video to stay viable even for a long time. I don't know anything about the patch yet, so let's hope it will be better for Druid. Now, SoulBeast have incredible advantages. It is the best to play compared to Core and Druid. Core is generally bad, and I'm gonna go why when I get to this part. And Druid are better for condition. SoulBeast is better in power, and power is better than condition. This is not an opinion thing. This is like you can't argue with it on Ranger at least. Everyone know how powerful SoulBeast is, so we need to be clear about this. It is also data that from Init was revealed before that right now is the most efficient build or present in World vs World. About 70% are power build to every class in the game. And like I said, for Ranger it is kind of obvious. You can say Condition Revenant is better, but you can't say that SoulBeast is better for Condition or Druid is better than SoulBeast. This is just a joke if you say that. Now, let's explain why SoulBeast is this efficient. First, it is a mix of really high sustain with incredibly high damage at the same time. Like, he doesn't lose much for that. Yes, he loses some toughness, but he can combine protection with dual extents for 66% of damage reduction, and he can do that for both condition and power damage. Besides even having a lot of condition cleanses, cannot be pinned down in dual extents, you can't cripple him, chill him, or immobilize him, and cannot even CC him unless you remove the stability or corrupt it. And even if you do that, you can't really catch him, he can still walk away simply after some breaking or something, or even removing the condition you apply to him. And he have something like Smoke Scale with dodges, a lot of CC, a lot of follow-up damage, like Rapid Fire with Sikkim, one wolf back would one-shot anyone. And now he still have Smoke Assault, he still have Barrage if he can lock you in it, he still have Maul, skill 5 to reset Maul, Maul again, Smoke Assault with the CC and Worldly Impact. Like, it's just insane amount of damage, a lot of follow-up damage. So a lot of survivability combined with a lot of damage makes this problem that we are in. For me generally, now as Ranger versus Ranger, I still think, and this is the main reason why SoulBeast is better. It can't support people like Druid can. It can't heal them, can't make them stealth, can't use something like Healing Trap efficiently to heal people with it, a Glyph of Star to revive. Like, it can't do the tricks Druid can do. It doesn't have the staff for skill 5 as a projectile barrier. So it's selfish better, but in with other people it's not necessarily better. So as like I said, Druid versus SoulBeast, if you get caught in the open, it's over, especially if they running the full burst style with Sikkim, one wolf back and stuff with quickness, which makes those skills even become problem. Like the CC from Smoke Scale will always land at this point. And they always can counter you. They are your counter. If you're against them, it's completely unfavored. It's simple trick of him dolly extends and walk out fear immobilize. Merging with his bit, walk out fear immobilize. Smoke assault, get him out fear immobilize. With block, 2 dodges on great sword, 2 sources of stealth, beside 2 sources of stability if using the elite skill, which make it already impossible to catch him with ancient seed to begin with. And that's where this dilemma gets caught. So the only way to adapt to a fight like that becomes line of sighting to avoid most of that damage and dodge and heal through the other part, like the melee and stuff, trying to pull attacks and stuff from him without even landing, or healing and just surviving through it. But you can't survive through everything. And this fight, you will see me fight a SoulBeast on an open area, but he doesn't use one wolf pack, which mostly make it really hard for me for a SoulBeast to beat me at this point. It's a matter of time. It's either like the last fight you seen, we can hit a stalemate, or I could end up winning. But we are an open area, so he has the advantage. He can win. But I was measuring the fight nicely. I already adapted to this build nicely. It was already done with the update. Like this was already not far from now, so I completely use this build to its most efficient probably. So I keep trying to catch him efficiently, trying to predict and adapt to his movement. I know he would now go to greatsword, so I use the staff, trying to catch him again with the CC. We both CC each other, healing under him efficiently to avoid any other like condition, vulnerability and stuff, trying to catch him from stealth here with entangle, but I couldn't. Dodging that skill, making a good distance, get him near me, trying to entangle him, he avoided with a dodge. Trying to pull him, didn't work, dolly extends, and I go to kite mode again because I predict the CC or the burst will be coming. CC him from far, catch him with entangle, and immediately CC him again after the dodge ended, putting a lot of condition on him. He stills and he would cleanse again. With his healing skill, obviously he healed under me, but now he went into survival mode. So now I have the upper hand. I apply enough condition and he doesn't have enough cleanses. So he will just keep on surviving. He go to another burst. I didn't stun break as you see here until he started bursting, because he was measuring me also. I daze him and catch him with staff and weapon swipe on him even stealth. I think he stealthed here. I'm commenting live, so I will move the weapon again and catch him with another burst. He cleans it and I apply again. Even auto attack can be dangerous. He's giving me his back, but that's even worse since my damage from behind is even way higher, and he was just locked. I was going to speed through the fight, but it is really long and unnecessary, and it broke off in the middle, so I decided to put the last part only, when he went really hungry for the kill, and I ended up using this for my advantage. As you see here, I reset my food and walk away after a really long trying to kill each other and just didn't work. He goes rapid fire, I still out of combat, nothing hit me, and I just avoid him, go to the other pit, and went to a ledge. He tried to rapid fire again and almost nothing hit me of it. I catch him with entangle. He used Sikkim in a way too early here, with no follow-up damage, which was a really bad mistake. He doesn't have rapid fire and I avoided most of it, so at this point it's not looking good for him, damage wise at least. He still have whatever he needs to survive to reset the entire thing. I heal under him here to apply more condition and save myself the condition. I assumed the fight here ended. He had too much, I assumed it would be over, which one of my mistakes that I do a lot. I just assume it's an easy win, it's an easy fight, I assume it's over before it's done. Don't do that, be smarter than me, what will make this fight even a little bit longer than it could have been. Like, we're falling back to the same cycle that we spent like 5 or 6 minutes fighting each other before. So I dodge here, I try to diss him, I break his smoke assault because I stealthed, I catch him with immobilize, I activate my trap since I walked on it, I try to catch him with entangle but I fail. I apply the barrier here before he go into rapid fire, which is really bad mistake from him. He waited almost for the CC to be over, so I don't know why. I guess he's another counting his moves well, or panicking, or maybe having a little bit of ping. I mean, I think we both have pings here or something. Like his character started acting weirdly. But I catch him with a burst after another, and just trying to catch him from no scope. I catch him with another mobilize, but I think he had dual extents or something. I tried, it didn't work, but I end up catching him with Ancient Seed. So the fight ended pretty shortly here. Which this is how most of SoulBeast fight will end. You just wait for the cooldown to go by. This is a real occasion when I was still working on the update. I ended up losing to this guy. He's really good. Like, even the second fight, you will see, I couldn't beat him. We ended up stalemating after almost 20-minute fight. We couldn't kill each other. But in this one, I get caught up on the open. Again, with the same mistakes, I assume the fight is easy and it's okay. He didn't use the knockback, and I let him use the knockback, and I did give myself stability. Like, horrible mistakes here. I tried to use skill 3 on short bow, but it didn't work because of the quickness. I guess he hit faster, or maybe because of my ping. I play on almost 300 ping at this point. I'm not sure. So he ended up getting me. Now I will line of sight as much as I need. We both calculate our moves nicely. He line of sight when he need, I line of sight when I need. He applies burst when you see an opening. I apply burst when I see an opening. So we both always have something left, and for him, he need only one skill to avoid dying, and well, as long as I have a wall to stand behind, that's all what I need, and few skill to survive. So this fight went on and on and on, but it's ended with no use. Both fights were actually close to 15 to 20 minute fights, but this time I didn't make mistakes, even so this one was probably even longer. It was much longer. So he tried to push me away from the field here, and he CC nicely. I think he really knows the extent of his skill, like where it will cleave and when it will end. So, but all that's not enough. We're both hugging the walls in our comfort zone here, and we doesn't want to make it out of it. And now he started using skills before he have enough damage through it. So sick him just like that with one skill, not much follow-up burst, so it doesn't do much. He want me to make mistakes. Now he knows the damage is not enough, and he just want to pull a mistake out. So he went away, so I followed him the opening, trying to, as long as I have enough survivability, trying to apply damage or catch him, dual extend, so I did nothing. So I go back to my comfort zone at this point, I apply stability so he can't knock me and start bursting seriously, and we realized that this fight just will not work anymore. So I ended up with a salute and leave, which against a really good SoulBeast, if you have enough skill, you should be still able to at least stalemate with him. You shouldn't lose. That's unless you got really caught with nothing you can do against him. Now for Core Rangers. This is an example why I think Core Ranger is just bad. It's not a good option. I mean, it is a class you can play, but comparing to Druid, if you want Condition, it is the best to play, or comparing to Power if you want to play SoulBeast, but don't go Core Ranger. This guy is probably the best I have seen to play a bunker core ranger. So he have a lot of survivability both against Condition and Power. This fight is extremely long. I didn't put the full of it. I put like only a quarter or something. But he can survive everything I do. He use even his trap sufficiently. He save his pet sufficiently. I couldn't kill his pets because of the amount of healing, cleanses, and whatever, and two really good pets. He have too much dodges against power hits, or CC, he have too much condition cleanse against conditions and being catched in general. So this build would work if he's fighting something glassy that wouldn't handle this much, would unload his damage, doesn't win, and he ended up eating the ranger's damage and lose. But for a druid like me with a lot of healing and stuff, just it's not function enough. Like, he doesn't even get my health down in any efficient way, and I'm mostly standing taking the damage. So this is one of the downside. If you wanna go condition, you lack the mobility, you lack ancient seed as a damage source for bits that doesn't have this much damage, only skills like CC and whatever, and with a stupid AI that doesn't function good. And against SoulBeast, you lose insane amount of damage and extra skills to follow up and attributes. It doesn't work. So this was a basic example on Core Ranger. It shouldn't be this hard to beat them, or at least they wouldn't do this much. Some of them are really good, obviously. If they go really glassy, they still have enough damage to beat you, but since we're talking about best build, not can he win or not, Core Ranger doesn't have enough damage or any value to be better than SoulBeast. So let's comment on a simple fight against a good SoulBeast. I get catch in the open. Again, I assume the fight will be easy. I don't care. I start fighting immediately. I need to really get my mind into avoiding such mistakes. But he, like you see here, he have a lot of damage, and I ended up needing to kite. Now he knocked me back and applying serious burst, so I went to stun break and went to Celestial Avatar, trying to reset. I want to ball him into a ledge when I have the advantage. Against the SoulBeast, they have better advantage because the ranged damage is insanely high against you, and you only have one projectile mitigation skill that on a 25-second cooldown, while they need only one to kill you. Like Sikkim, one wolf back, and rapid fire would be enough. But if you apply damage to them from range, they go Dolly stance and remove everything. Even they eat full Sharpened Stone 10 stacks and use something like Lightning Reflexes and cleanse it, no problem. So that makes it the range is good to them, not to you. That's why you need the ledge to know when to hit and when to avoid. So I'm moving between two ledges. He now moves to the ledge. I want him to come down for me. And I CC him immediately, applying Ancient Seed. I try to dodge his attack here. Use Lightning Reflexes to avoid the CC and go to Celestial Avatar. And CC him again before the burst. Applying a lot of CC, trying to go back to avoid the knockback with short bow 3. He knocked me back and I still eat the burst, so I'm not off the ledge, which was a little bit problematic. He can't start resustaining himself. I ball him with my iboga, trying to entangle him, but he went to a dodge, so I couldn't catch him. Applied some decent amount of bleed here, and I'm revealed anyway, so I dodge for some avoidance. I daze him and immediately go into Ancient Seed, but he cleanse. He knocked me back and I eat even the mole. I go with this skill 5 since I know he would be moving to Great Sword. He dodge again. I use a dodge to avoid the CC. I try to catch him with Entangle. I take my sweet time with that skill 5, so I would stealth when he get out of stealth. And I try applying more burst. He have Sikkim on him, but I'm forcing him to be non-aggressive. And I catch him with another Entangle. He went more defensive, heal and cleansed everything. I dodge back. Get the protection from an extra dodge. Daze him outside of the dodge frame, catch him with Entangle, and just spamming CC at this point, locking him with it. He still cleansed, but he doesn't have much at this point, so I know this fight's kinda over. Like, he's just stalling for more. I go a little bit aggressive, I don't dodge, I don't care. I CC him again outside of the frame, and this time he already used his healing skill, he already used all the cleanses, and the fight was over. Now, I wanted to put an extra fight against the SoulBeast. This time I used a trap, and he surprised me with something. I think I had the upper hand. I went in full charge, and then he went with insane burst, and he surprised me with taunt. I did not expect that. So I ended up entering Celestial Avatar, and I got stunned from an aura that I didn't notice how I ended up being stunned. I thought it was his great sword, I didn't notice. So now I'm countering pressuring, but as you see I only have Celestial Avatar. I don't even have my cooldown for weapon swap. I get even Bing, as you see the freeze on the screen here. And I'm searching for him, I find him, I trying to burst, but he go into dodge. I dodge the CC from his bed. I heal and try to line of sight him. I tried to hit him and I ended up being stunned again from the same aura. I realized it was a shocking aura. It is from Maroon, if I remember correctly, that do it on a healing skill or whatever. So I tried live sighting measure here. We both sending our bits to each other in a way. He knocked me back. I dodge to avoid some damage and get the protection to lower the damage. I CC him, but he get out immediately with the dodge from his beast abilities, and he taunted me again even I was out. This is the downside of high ping people. I was out of the range, as you see in the fight, but I still got the taunt. Like, my character was pulled back. So I catch him with Entangle. I put skill 2 on him to try to heal my bit, or if he come near me, he would heal me, like with the dodge, like he did there. I apply the condition from weapon swipe. Even while stunned, I CC him after the dodge, and the burst was too much, it was over. Now let's get to druids. Condition druids, you already know everything I want to tell you on condition druid probably, so we're not talking about them obviously. We're gonna be talking about mostly bard druids. Bard druids are, well, kind of an underdog in the game right now. They have good survivability against condition, really good, and decent mobility in general. They can adapt to situations, but they don't have enough damage to kill like anyone in general. They just count on you being glassy, and if you're not glassy, they don't have enough damage to do much about it. They would have to be extremely accurate with their applying damage. They have to find a small window to kill through it. Which one of the reasons also why I don't like playing Bard Druid. It just feels like extremely unfair comparing to SoulBeast. Or unfairly weak comparing to SoulBeast. And I don't like Power in general, to be honest. So I enjoy playing something like Power Druid, but I don't like it much comparing to Condition, obviously. But as you see here, we both can really play on each other's damage. Like, we both have insane survivability against each other. He can cleanse a lot of conditions, so making most of my damage just irrelevant. And he doesn't have enough damage to go through my toughness, my healing, and my extra survivability, like staff and whatever. So we both really tanky against each other. So this fight go a little bit for long. He trying to look for an opening, and I'm doing the most pressure. Like, he doesn't do much to me. Yeah, I get caught by Entangle, I simply remove it. I get some damage and I heal it. A simple dodge would give me protection, make most of it irrelevant. Even here, I wait a bit and he trying to apply more burst, and I simply went into Swift Avatar, dodge out, and it was gone. His friend was standing way too close here, so it would make it a little bit difficult for me also. But this fight is only me waiting enough to apply multiple CC on him while he have no stability, and way to avoid him outside of CC Avatar, like once he uses CC Avatar, to find a way out. So mostly if you're a ranger, try to keep trying in a play druid power, trying to use your stability efficiently. It is really valuable. Always keep a way to cleanse, a way to kite, an extra dodge, something like that. Like, if you're using cleanse and energy on staff, then keep them outside 60 Avatar. Don't spam both. Or keep lightning reflexes to get you out of a bad situation, stuff like that. I dodge here to avoid he catch me with Ancient Seed from 60 Avatar, so I stun break immediately with a dodge. And I'm trying to pressure him more. I catch him really nicely before he walked to the wall, and enough CC, and the fight was over. For the second fight, he didn't have 60 Avatar from the start, so that can be a little bit punishing. He's already playing with more of a PvE style, I guess. He's using Crarian Bond. So I guess his build can be a little bit punished and less efficient on damage. He went to Celestial Avatar, which he wasn't that punished, at least he got it too fast. So I'm trying to catch him here with like keep applying different skills or different pressures, Ancient Seed off cooldown, so a Boon more cleanses. He went to Celestial Avatar again, so I'm trying to find him. I catch him here. I think I killed his bit by accident or something, and I apply too much. Yeah, I killed him. I apply too much burst to him. He ended up panicking in a way, like needing, or at least needing to use a lot of skills to just survive that. I catch him with another Entangle, trying to going to another weapon to apply the sigil damage and like no scope in a way, and I failed to it. He already survived, but he doesn't have enough skills to avoid another ancient seed, and this fight just ended so fast. Now lastly, I want to talk about Condition SoulBeast. It is the only thing left. So I do this guy twice, and he is good. He's using an aggressive build when he catch you and put traps under you and stuff, but this build is not really the best. He's using heal trap instead of something like burst stance, which healing trap is stronger if he is going with the trap obviously, but he, like you see, eat a lot of my burst. He's using the trap to cleanse, like taking 2 cleanses and walking out of it. Now this is a bit of a problem. He can't cleanse as much condition because he is not in his trap. And if he stick with his trap to cleanse, that means he would face tank a lot of my damage and I would be at range and wouldn't have to even go near him. So he need to catch me, he need to be in melee range, which he do, apply a lot of condition damage and I cleanse it all. Now he is on cooldown, so I ended up catching him. He doesn't have a way to cleanse this much, he already using most of his resources and the fight was over. The second duel will not go any different. It will simply, he would make the same mistakes, but he have to make them in a way. He could wait for me to make mistake, apply enough damage. Even his auto attacks are really harmful. It has way more damage than I do. He's going full condition damage, he's not having healing, he can have condition damage from merging with his bit only. So like I said, he is really efficient, so he didn't have to use a healing skill and just leaving it. But this is how I end up catching him in the end. He used his traps under me to catch me in them. I go near his trap and I don't want him to go near his trap, so I walk back again. He catch me with a CC inside 60 avatar, so I immediately break free, catch him with immobilize to apply too much burst, CC him with Raggazal inside of it, so he has nothing now. Dual stance came too late because he already have too much condition damage anyway. So I hope you enjoyed this video, find it informative, or enjoyed at least the fighting, seeing them with a commentary and stuff, or knowing what I have in mind in the fight. So I already told you my answer to which is the best build. I hope the next batch become really balancing things better and shaking things up in the game, and finger crossed to Ranger to be better. Now I have a freeze in the game, so I would have to close it. Anyway, it's a normal thing for me. I'll see you next time. Peace.